Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video, hopefully. This is 2003 Dodge 2500 with a 5.9 liter diesel Cummins engine. This is from Tennessee. Dell, this is your computer. He's concerned, and the only note that I have in there is no fuel pump. So I have to actually contact them because I said it's like no bean, no nothing. Let me actually put him in the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is, I mean, I have never seen anything as war as this coming over the door. I almost return it, but I'm going just to charge for the cleaning, and then you're going to understand what I'm talking about. So let me just show you. Here I have the computer, and you'll see, wow, it looks like brand new, connected, and I have the scanner ready to go as well. But let me show you how this got here. So this is the computer they now you see on my desk in there. I mean, like I said, this is, people don't understand, this is not a mechanic shop. This is a laboratory where I repair electronic components. So I cannot take things like this. In this case, in the surface in the back, I clean it, and that is going to have a charge because it took me almost 45 minutes to clean all the junk and everything and dry it up properly without damaging, because it's an electronic component. So definitely it takes care of not damaging a computer from water intrusion, right? Yeah, so you see the complete computer. I mean, unbelievable, right? But yeah, so the note that he sent is no fuel pump. And then I also took a picture with the now computer clean after I took my time to remove all the junk and everything and make it possible to be on my desk and connect it over to my equipment, right? And this is just the order size, so you can see the part numbers and everything on the computer. Let me see what else I have here. I have the wire diagram. Due to his concern of no start, talking to him, let me just see the note. I mean, our conversation, 1 second. It was a little hard to get him to respond to messages as far as it says, is this module yours? It will not start. Yeah, no start. So I asked, do you have communication with the scanner, or did you not connect it? Connected one. And he said, yes. And this is typing, right? So I understand sometimes that I am not a born in America person or in the United States. So maybe my English is not the best for people sometimes to understand words. I understand I'm originally from Costa Rica, so my accent is going to make hard. But typing, there is no language barrier. So keep reading. He said yes. So I asked him, yes to which of the two scenarios? And he kept going, I did have one. Okay, I did have one. I said, okay, do you have communication with the scanner? Yes or no? I make it as simple as possible. So he answered finally, yes. He said, but the high pressure fuel pump wouldn't work. No fuel rail pressure. This is where we have a misunderstanding from him too, and I'm going to show you images. The high pressure pump in this vehicle is a mechanical pump. So this is the high pressure pump. It has a solenoid right here. This is a fuel control solenoid or fuel actuator. And this will prevent the fuel from entering the fuel rail, and then injectors obviously to have pressure. So the vehicle also have a lift pump in the tank, which is going to be the one creating around 75 to 100 psi, and then the high pressure pump with the mechanical movement and that solenoid open will allow the fuel to enter and then bring it up to 26,000 psi. And that's how this system works. All right, going into the diagram, I have in connector C1, this computer has two connectors. C1 is with a 60 pin and C2 with 50 pin. So I have marking here the lift pump in the bottom, and then the fuel control actuator is a solenoid, right? At the top. The computer controls both sides of the solenoid that control actuator, so we can see that on the top. Let me get a box so you can see where I am. So right here is the actuator, and we see the positive side command is on pin 6 on the connector C1, and then the ground side, or the naming in here, pump relay control. There is no relay, is the actual actuator. So those two wires come directly to the computer. On the bottom, we have the lift pump, which is on the either, it could be on the tank or it could be outside because they use an electrical pump. So, but in this, I think it's on the tank. So we can see right here, the computer controls only the power side. The ground side is actually a ground through the chassis, not on the computer. And I have those two connected to the my simulator or my setup in here. I also have the fuel rail pressure connected to the simulator, so we will get to see that. Let me get that. You can see both in there. Yes, you can. All right, so this bulb right here, this big one, is on the lift pump, and then the small one, that yellow light in here, is for the actuator. So I'm going to put the Phoenix in the screen. Right now I have it ready to go, but it's not yet connected. I also want to show you that we have 5 volts. So let me put the meter in the screen 1 second. Because that's also very important, right? To make sure the computer is indeed providing the 5 volt reference and the sensor ground. So we had that in there. Let me move that next to the other one so we can get to see that better. All right, so I'm going to connect to the scanner right now, and I'm going to show you this process. Since I don't have the entire vehicle here, I have to manually select the vehicle. And I don't have the VIN number. I do have it now because I already connected to the computer. I have to actually restart everything because TeamViewer didn't want it to work for the video, so I have to completely restart everything. But that's okay. So we're going to go in the top. This is the top-down Phoenix Max. It's a great tool. If you have any diesel vehicles, this is probably one of the best tools you can buy. We go into American, and we're going to select Dodge. We enter. That's going to open the software. And we're looking for the MDCI. And I haven't disconnected, but I turned the scanner on and off. So we're going to select 16-pin connector, Dodge, and this is a 2003. So Ram truck. We just click on all those pop-ups, okay. And now we select the PCM, even though this computer has an ECM and a PCM. But in this scanner, again, this is the way they draw it. That is the correct computer. So once I'm connected, I want you to see at the bottom where it says now Dodge Ram Truck 2003 is going to add the VIN automatically in there because it can read the VIN from the computer, but I don't know why it cannot do an automatic ID. You see right now I have 3D7 KU2A643 G756423. That is the VIN number. I'm going to over to the module information because this sticker doesn't show if it is a CM, so it's a CM845, and I want to write that down because I didn't have that in here. It's important to later get this or if I need it. So it's a CM845. That's the family of the computer. Very important to know because there is all different computers that might fit this truck. You want to save changes? Sorry, guys, I was trying to put that in there, and since I have a PDF open, it didn't let me, so I have to close that and reopen it. Okay, now I'm back into where I was. All right, but so we can see that we have the CN845. We click OK, so that also tells me that it is reading properly the computer. I did have faults for the lift pump in the history. I don't know if I send this to myself or not yet, so let me send it from the phone because I just took those before. Again, I was already connected. Let's see if I have it already. I'm trying to give you all the information as correct, correctly. You can see I have it on my hand. Yeah, no, let me send this in there. And that's how I do it. I take a photo and I'm actually using for the outside, I use the phone, but when I need to take a good picture of the board, I'm using the Hasselblad X2D2, which is an amazing camera. Super expensive, but it is for business, so I need to have it and use it properly. And this is false. Right, in the meantime, that is getting in here. Let me move you back. Let me get the meter out of here in the Phoenix and let you get back to the folder. Because I asked him for the big number, and this is what he sent me. I'm not even sure, not even what that is. So let me just rotate it so you can see. It has like, I don't know, like 12 digits. That's not the big number for anything. So I'm not sure what he tried to send me there, because that's not even part of anything that is inside that big number. So I'm not sure what that is. This is the computer connected. I always save a picture or everything that I'm doing. This is if you ever need it. If I ever needed to come back, hey Mike, did you actually connect the computer to the scanner? Sure, I did. Did you check for 5-volt reference and sensor ground? Yes, I did. No way, because memory right now and in a month I might remember, but 2 years or 6 months, I repair so many computers that it's impossible to keep it in your mind. So data is very important, and I will always save this. I have computers folders in here for 12 years back. So anything that I have repaired 12 years back is still on this computer. And in 12 years, after 12 years, I have it on a hard drive. Every time, because I don't want to fill with many computers that I'm not repairing now, but all that data is important. Sometimes I need to revisit it. I can connect the hard drive and get that information. I have all. So I erase nothing. All right, so that is the information and then the full codes. So again, with the same number, you can see the 756423. He had P0628, fuel pump control circuit low. And that fault code, let me see if I have it here. Yes. The P0628, this is original from Dodge. It says low voltage detected at the fuel lift pump. So this is at the lift pump, not on the high pressure pump. And I'm trying always to, gather all that information, showing you the correct test, because he will have to do this test on the vehicle, the same as I am doing here. All right, let's go back to the test now. Let me put the scanner in here and then the meter so you can see that we are indeed connected. So with the scanner, I have, you will have access. Where is my scanner here? Right here. Read full codes, but the most important right now for us is actuation test. So let's do the actuation test and see what we can find in here, right? So transfer pump, that's a lift pump, all right? So let's enter that, and let's do the activation and see if this computer has a bad driver, because it might have a bad driver, and that will prevent from working. If you want to do a test like that, remember the lift pump is communicating, hopefully end up finishing the communication, which I already, in the scanner, I'm already there. And I'm paying for a full subscription in TeamViewer. This is so, I finally changed. So let me go to the, I don't know why I cannot. Okay, the lift pump is in pin 45. So what I have done, if we go back to the wire diagram, you see that the computer is providing power. So if I am connected a test light, like in this case, I'm connected into pin 45, right, in the computer. In the other end, I need to provide it ground, right, because the computer is providing power. So right now, if I enter that, which it actually kicked me out, actuation test. Maybe I pressed on something that I should have not pressed. Okay, now it looks like it's updating properly. Let's just start the test and let's see. Well, I hope that you can see, and I'm putting, that's a big load. That's like 2.5 amp, which is enough. I mean, if a driver is bad, it will not move that. So we can see the computer is actually on and off, on and off, on and off, because that's a pump. That a pump, when it started, might draw, you know, up to 6 amp or something like that, but that's in a rush amperage, and then it will stabilize, and it will go down to like 2.5 or 3 amps tops. And I'm doing a guesstimate based on years of experience as a mechanic as well. But now we can stop that. All right. Is there anything wrong with the fuel pump driver in the computer? No. This is working 100%. And again, this is a test you can do in the vehicle with a scanner like this. Go to actuation, unplug that connector, because all the communication and everything that you have is in the connector C2, the 50 pin. So you can unplug that connector, and yes, you're going to set up faults, and yes, but you're doing tests. Or without unplugging it, you can back probe. The best way is doing the way I'm doing it, because you can actually use a round terminal and then go there. I would recommend always, if you're going as a mechanic to do something like this, let me show you a kit. So this is a kit from Pico, and you can buy this from AS Wave, and so they sell kits with terminals. Let me just open this so you can see this. This is an assortment of terminals, and it has a 4mm banana adapter that you can connect to anything. I buy terminals and I make my own wiring or test light, because I know that I'm going to be using it. So I have their light with round terminals, flat, spade, anything. I have it for all. And when I don't, I use test light like this one, that it has 4mm banana adapters, and then I can use those terminals from that kit, and I can plug them in here, and then I can go into anything that I need to test, right? That test light can this test light can use 194, or the bigger one like that is meant for those. So that's what I like to use this one, because it can carry up to 10 amps, which is perfectly for what we're doing. All right, so the lift pump is good. We're going to go back, and we're going to scroll down, because in here we also have, let me just see, what is it? I think it says something about fuel control, right? If we enter the fuel control, select the way to start the actuator. Now this is for us to, well, hopefully, again, TeamViewer is delaying us. What you see in the scanner, I mean, the scanner is already in the communication. This delay is actually TeamViewer or the internet, and I think it's TeamViewer. Come on. I might just tell you what I'm doing. Let me remove that from the screen, and you can see that I am in there. Already in the screen that shows the actuation, I'm going to click on a start. And then finally updated it, the pit. You can see the light is on now on the solenoid. In this case, the solenoid is connected both pins into the computer. We already discussed that, but I'm going to revisit those pins so we can understand what I'm doing in there, because I'm connecting both wires onto the computer, onto pin 6 and into pin 19 on this same connector C1 with 60 pins. And we can see the computer is in full control of that actuator. Is anything wrong with that? No. Is anything wrong with the computer as far as those two? No. It's fully functional. The last thing that he mentioned, and there is no rail pressure. Well, let's see if the rail pressure is reading good. I have also the rail pressure sensor connected to the computer. Oh, sorry, to my simulator. Let's go over to fuel rail pressure. And make sure that, yes, we got fuel rail pressure sensor, fuel pressure set point. We're going to click OK. So right now we're reading, the fuel pressure sensor is reading 27,000 psi, and the set point is 5,800. Let me move that out. I'm connected over to the throttle position. Let me make sure that I'm in the correct wire because I didn't map that out. So give me 1 second because it is not moving. Sorry guys, that was actually the wrong sensor. This is pin 35 inlet pressure sensor. That was for another test on another computer. So the actual fuel rail pressure sensor is in the same connector C1 and pin 12. So let me locate that one. So that will be pin 12 is here. And I can now connect that one into the same potentiometer that I was using in here. So let's see if it changes. And immediately you saw the change, right? So let me just put that one into, now we're reading 2000 PSI. So I'm going to move the potentiometer and we can see how that, you see when I move that, look at the test light right here. That is an immediate effect on pressure. Why? Because it sees the raise on pressure on the rail. So if I am raising the pressure, I need to be open, right? If I'm dropping the pressure, I need to close. Raise, the more pressure, the brighter that gets. So this is absolutely nothing wrong with anything. So right now I'm in 5,800, 5,300. So they're requested by the computer as is, right? Not running. It's 5,800 PSI. But we can see that and the computer is reading everything. It's reading voltage, it's reading the pressure, and we can see the reaction on that solenoid. So they'll, whatever problem you have is definitely not in the computer, at least not for your concern. The way this is, it should start, unless you're missing something else that with all the information you provided, I don't know, right? So it's a little hard to go with just no start, no fuel pump. That's all I can check, right? So if it's for pressure, if it's for fuel pump or no diesel, everything that needs to be part of that is here, and that is nothing wrong in here. So I think that you need to do a little more homework with the computer on the car, do more tests. Hopefully I'm providing you with enough tools, at least for these three or these two outputs and that sensor, which is an input, important, very important. As you can see, if the pressure is reading 0, the truck will not open that actuator, which is the one that's providing the fuel to the high pressure pump. So the fuel rail pressure is very important. We have 5 volts, we got sensor ground, and the signal is good. So you might have a bad sensor or a broken wire in the truck harness. And again, this is a test you can do in there. All right, guys, I hope that you like the content. This is not just a repair of a computer, well, in case not really a repair, but it's a good diagnostics process that I can show you, and I'm showing you if you have a problem like this, what to do in the vehicle. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you're here, please don't forget to subscribe. Every time you subscribe, YouTube promotes more and more of my videos. That's how you find me, and it's also for free, and that really helped my small business enormously. Thank you so much if you do so. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.